Regulus Quarterly Financial Astrology Forecast by William Stickevers.
So we're going to have that moment in AI. Now, that may or may not happen for Trump, but we're going to definitely have that moment in AI. And you need to be ready to re-engineer your thinking about how you're investing money. Not money for 2024. You need to be thinking about 2030, 2032. You need to be thinking more about 2043, actually, because this is where everything is going to get crazy and amazing at the same time. And we know it's 2025 because if you take the exponential pace of change and you just run it since the time we started developing computers, right? We know by the time we hit 2025, we will have computers that have the power of a human brain. Someone with a very high IQ human brain that are now being everything is going to be chipped. Your bike's going to be chipped. Everything you could think of in your home, in your car, everything. And we'll have an AI component that is now talking with all the other AI in your household, on your phone, on your computer, right? Which is talking with the cloud AI. So everything's going to be AI with an intelligence level that's far greater than the average human. In fact, right now, they just had a poetry contest and they had one of the top poets trying to, write a poem. And then they had ChatGPT 4.0 blew that poem out, or just wrote it instantly. So we'll write a poem. They gave it really difficult, right? Write an essay, write a poem, like the best essay writers. So right now, the computers can outperform today, just today, when I haven't even hit 2025. So we have to start investing that way. And here's the most important takeaway. The next 40 years of progress at today's rate will happen in 10 years. So just go back 40 years ago. What was technology like 40 years ago? What if we went from where it was 40 years ago, 1984, and if we had AGI by 1994? And think about that leap where we had no internet, where we have AGI, cloud-based systems, iPhones, etc. So think of that. Think of the drastic change where we had no internet, no connectivity. Think of the PCs in those days, how primitive they were. And we went to today's PCs, today's iPhones, today's systems, online systems inside of 10 years. So that will occur in 10 years. So what happened over 40 years, progress at today's rate will happen in 10 years. So that's why we have to think about where our investment returns are so predictable if you have a 401k, but this is where you actually end up in the future if you invest in exponential technology. So the exponential growth surprise factor, when you're investing in exponential technologies and exponential industries, this is what you get up here. So robotics and AI ETFs, that's going to be where we need to put our focus on. We don't know who the Microsoft is going to be for robotics. We don't know if it'll be Tesla. We think it might be Tesla. It might be NVIDIA with the AI chipset. But remember, most of the companies in the dot-com boom that were the number one companies went out of business. And the companies that survived it, for example, Amazon, Yahoo, Apple, were the ones that became the dominant players. So the other big thing we have to look at is Megatrends, Pluto and Aquarius, investment strategy. So Pluto and Aquarius with the planetary cycling index beginning to move swiftly upward from 2026 onward, which would be very telling that megatrends or a trend emerging in the macro environment, an emerging force likely to significantly impact the kinds of products consumers wish to buy in a foreseeable future, will be the driving force. So U.S. infrastructure, cybersecurity, global e-commerce, etc., genomics, immunology, healthcare, the metaverse, robotics, all of these are going to begin to dominate over the current asset classes that most people are invested in. So that's why Pluto and Aquarius investment strategy is to embrace the mega trends, which deal directly with technological progress, demographic change, rapid global urbanization, climate change, resource depletion, emerging markets, microbiomes, and synthetic biology, and the impact of AI. And then the best exchange traded funds. Some of you asked me, these are just some of my general ones that I checked out here. Global X Artificial Intelligence and Technology ETF, the Robo Global Artificial Intelligence ETF, the First Trend NASDAQ Artificial Intelligence and Robotics ETF, these pretty much all check out in terms of their fundamentals, in terms of their astrology. Now, of course, when it comes to your particular portfolio, you're going to want the one that matches your level of risk, the first trade chart that matches your birth horoscope, etc. You want to definitely have some options here. So it's not like one size fits all. That's one of the things about investing is it's just like, well, if you're going to default, you're probably just better off putting money in one of these, right? You can't go wrong. But the point is that depending on your investment strategy, then the risk you're willing to take. So we see that's the big trend, but there's another big trend. And I said earlier in the beginning, we're going to see a radical reconfiguration with the way government, markets, and the economy is going to work with Pluto moving into Aquarius. And this is going to affect the body politic of America in particular. And we'll get to that in a moment. But I want you to understand that Pluto and Aquarius doesn't just rule technology and the exponential function, exponential technologies, the rise of a new life form, artificial general intelligence. It also rules politics and empire. So since the October eclipse, right, it's not just the online betting markets. Goldman Sachs's Republican victory basket surged today and has taken the lead over the Democratic victory for the first time since the debate. We're seeing now, boom, right? Big shift. Here's the eclipse, bang. And we saw the poly markets, which is a global crypto predictions market being powered by crypto, not US dollars, so everyone in the world can participate, is predicting a GOP sweep in November. Right now, the odds are increasing. People ask me how accurate is poly market. It's a new market, but it's about 95, 96% accurate. That's not bad, right? So let's just say 95% accuracy it is going to be right now, unless some black swan event occurs, a GOP sweep in November. And this all has to do with what? The economy is a significant factor in the 2024 election. While the Biden administration denies anything about a weak economy, the economy is definitely a significant factor in the election, contributing to Kamala Harris's decline in support. And this has to do with what? Pervasive dissatisfaction with Bidenomic policies, inflation and economic hardship, higher prices. Many people are dissatisfied with, the policies that have created this inflation, job market and recession fears. Hiring has slowed down. Economic growth has been faltering. Leading concerns about the future of the U.S. economy is now paramount. Voter familiarity with Trump's economic policies. Now, whether you want to believe this or not, a majority of people, particularly entrepreneurs in corporate business, believe that the economy was much better. Everyone had more money in their pockets. Their business was much better during Trump than under Biden. And then rejection of the Biden-Harris economic agenda, where we see higher taxes on the wealthy and her approach to managing inflation. So people who are very frustrated with the economic challenges are no longer listening.
To watch the full forecast webinar and gain in-depth astrological insights on global markets, key economic events, and investment strategies, go to williamstickevers.com and register for the Regulus quarterly financial astrology forecasts today.